NBA trainer Chris Brickley has broken his silence about Caitlin Clark.
Okay, so the Indiana Fever just pulled a move that's got everyone seriously confused. Chris Brickley, basically the go-to guru for basketball royalty? Yeah, the same guy who's trained LeBron James and Kevin Durant just offered to help Caitlin Clark bounce back before the 2026 season. Sounds perfect, right? But wait for it. The Fever's front office? Oh, they're out here throwing obstacles like it's a sport of its own. It's making people wonder, do they even want Caitlin to hit her peak? Or is there some behind-the-scenes drama they're hiding? Before we go any further, be honest. Does this sound like a team protecting their star? Or one sabotaging her shine?
So
yeah. You just called it.
Sometimes
some teams are like, no,
they've got
you need
people
to be with me a year for the first 3 years. This is happening with me and Caitlin Clark. So Caitlin Clark finished her rookie season. We've been talking for a few years, and
you work with Caitlin Clark?
So we were going to work last summer, but I was gonna have to go to Indianapolis. And I respect it. Like when you're young on your team.
Listen up. Chris Brickley finally broke his silence about wanting to train Caitlin Clark for her big 2026 comeback. And honestly, this should have been the easiest yes in sports history. But of course, the Indiana Fever just had to complicate it. Brickley's not some random dude chasing clicks. This man's trained legends. We're talking NBA champions, superstars, the elite of the elite. When a trainer with that kind of resume offers to help your franchise player, you roll out the red carpet, right? But nope, not the Fever. They're out here building walls instead of bridges. Remember, Brickley's worked with LeBron, Kevin Durant, and a laundry list of champions. He's not flexing for Instagram clout. He's the real deal whose results speak louder than press releases. So when he says he's been trying to team up with Caitlin for years, that's not just news. That's a bombshell.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping now this season, this offseason.
What's wild is that Chris Brickley just dropped a bomb on a podcast. He and Caitlin Clark have actually been talking for years. They were even supposed to link up last summer, but here's the catch. He had to go to Indianapolis. Sure, he gets that young players usually stick to team facilities. Fair enough. But what doesn't make sense? Why on earth is the Fever making it so painfully hard for their own superstar to train with one of the best in the business? Brickley even said he's hoping Caitlin heads to New York this offseason so they can finally get some real work done. He called her an amazing talent. Someone who's literally changed the game and women's sports forever. That's massive praise coming from a guy who's trained the world's greatest. But apparently, the Fever's front office has its own mysterious offseason plans for Caitlin. And let's not forget what she went through in 2025. Injury after injury, with a medical staff that fans didn't exactly trust. The team said she needed to handle physicality better, so their big fix was to bulk her up. Spoiler alert, it backfired. That muscle didn't make her stronger. It might have been what broke her down even more.
Yeah, she's the reason why the WNBA's become so big. I would love to work with her.
Yeah.
An amazing talent. She's changed the game.
She has absolutely changed.
Yeah.
Women's sports.
For sure.
And
I love
generally
competitiveness too.
Oh man, I know. She's that's the other piece too, that like it's okay for women to be competitive.
And this right here is exactly why bringing in Chris Brickley makes total sense for Caitlin Clark. The guy could literally build her a training system that toughens her up for all that physical play without tearing her body apart. He'd teach her how to slip out of those suffocating traps, sharpen her shot off the dribble, and master every defensive setup thrown her way. These are the tools Caitlin needs if she's going to keep ruling the pro stage like she's meant to, but here's what's driving everyone insane. The Fever seem more obsessed with control than with progress. They're fixated on where she trains, who she trains with, and how she does it. They want her locked inside their practice facility, under their staff's watch 24/7. Sure, team chemistry matters, fine. But when you've got a once-in-a-generation player like Caitlin Clark, you don't micromanage greatness. You fuel it.
Trainer Chris Brickley. Brickley has trained worked with at least some of the most famous names in the game. LeBron James, Kevin Durant. I mean, there is a list that goes on and on. He's sort of a celebrity trainer, if you will, in a sense, but you don't get to that status if you don't have the credibility.
This is what I like to hear. I'm all in on this move. I've been saying I want to see Caitlin Clark train with some new higher level elite training. I want her to get the hell away from Indiana as far as training. I don't want her practicing with Stephanie White. I don't want her working with the Indiana Fever training staff, even though they're getting a new senior advisor and all that. I don't want none of that. I think there's a few things that Caitlin, if she add these few things to her bag, she's definitely unstoppable. Chris Brickley, legendary NBA trainer, working with the likes of Carmelo Anthony. When y'all saw Carmelo Anthony lose all that weight and get in shape, Hoodie Melo, he worked with Carmelo Anthony, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, LeBron James.
Look, picture it like this. Your car breaks down, and the best mechanic in the entire country offers to fix it for free. Would you really say no just because you prefer the guy 2 blocks away? That'd be ridiculous. Yet that's exactly what the Indiana Fever are doing right now. They're rejecting world-class help because it doesn't fit their precious team structure or some bureaucratic nonsense no one cares about. And the wild part? Chris Brickley has been nothing but respectful. When Caitlin Clark was a rookie, he stayed out of the way, understanding she needed to stick to team facilities. No drama, no ego, he waited. But now that she's the face of the entire league, he's saying, hey, come to New York, let's work. Totally fair, right? Yet the Fever still keeps slamming the door. And you've got to ask, what's the real fear here? Do they think Brickley will expose their staff as mediocre? Or are they just terrified of losing control over their golden ticket? Whatever it is, it's a terrible look. Because this isn't just about building muscle. Caitlin needs advanced tools to handle the league's physicality, to create space, to score through contact, not just wait for a ref's whistle. That's where Brickley shines. He's molded the best of the best, knows exactly how to take talent and make it lethal. That's what Caitlin needs to evolve into something unstoppable. And the timing? Suspicious doesn't even cover it. Right when she could benefit most from elite off-season training, the Fever start tossing up barriers like it's a power struggle. It's giving insecurity, not leadership. Let's be honest, Caitlin Clark is the reason the WNBA blew up. Brickley said it himself. She changed the game, pulled millions of fans, became the league's heartbeat. So why on earth is the Fever making her climb over hurdles instead of paving her path? A player like that deserves support, not sabotage. The Fever should be rolling out the red carpet for anyone on Chris Brickley's level, but instead, they're making it a circus, demanding everything be done their way. It's backward thinking at its finest. Sure, some might argue the Fever just want her training with their own staff because they know her body. Fair enough. But here's the reality. That same medical team oversaw a season full of injuries. Maybe it's time to try a fresh set of eyes, right? An outside perspective could be exactly what Caitlin Clark needs. She's not a kid who needs babysitting. She's a professional athlete who deserves the freedom to choose what's best for her career. The Fever acting like overprotective parents isn't helping anyone. And let's be honest, plenty of stars train outside team facilities. NBA players have personal coaches all the time, and nobody blinks. But when Caitlin wants to do it, suddenly it's a problem. That's not discipline, that's control. The fact that Brickley still wants to work with her after all this nonsense speaks volumes. The man's picky, his schedule's gold, and yet he still sees something special in her he wants to refine. And from Caitlin's side, imagine how frustrating this must be. One of the best trainers in basketball is offering to help, and her own organization is blocking it. She's too classy to